Good morning. We're going to talk about some art today. We're going to talk about these big giant pinwheels. I made these years ago. They're getting reinstalled today at a new park with some new paint. These pinwheels are 6 foot tip to tip, made out of aluminum. There's a bunch of holes you see. That's from years ago with the previous art installation where there was knitted and crocheted yarn attached to these things. So that's what the holes were for. But it still works great even with the holes. I've actually used some of these holes for balancing. When I was trying to balance it and get the weight right, I simply used some bolts right here, nuts and bolts, to add weight where we need it and get it nice and balanced. In the middle, there's a bicycle hub. Originally, these pinwheels, I had, it was thinner sheet metal, and I folded this leaf down so that this was down there and attached it. I thought it would be stronger if it was attached on both sides. It was actually way too sharp a turn, and so there was too much of a fold. It actually works fantastic like this, where this part floats out and I've got it bolted. I did add some rivets recently, and I'm going to add more rivets in here. This hub, there's epoxy as well as looks like every other spoke hole I've riveted. I've been adding some newer rivets here too, and I'll show you the backside in a minute because there's a bigger aluminum plate here. Because this stuff's kind of thin. In fact, it's been cracking at these corners. Probably no surprise. After all kinds of work, it starts to crack. So I use my cutters and I simply cut into this a little bit to open it and try to control the crack. It wasn't really spreading, but it was making noise as the crack moved a little. Also, I've done some more just bends. Some of this has just gotten beat up over the years. These things are years old, but these little bends out here help to really keep this edge straight, and I've got that on most of these corners. I'll show you the back side. So back here, you can see I've got this much larger aluminum plate. It's maybe a little over 1/8 of an inch, 3 millimeters or so thick. And yeah, rivets, there's some epoxy. I might add a couple more rivets. You can see all the nuts and bolts I put on this thing. Yeah, just to get it balanced. It works great. Inside there, it's just normal bicycle hub. It's just bolted through the axle, right on. We're gonna go install these today. Welcome to Chimney Park in the city of Covington, Georgia, just a bit east of Atlanta. We're gonna be installing 3 pinwheels today. Brought my family along. There's some other spectators out. Everybody's excited to get these pinwheels up. We're doing this for a really good cause. A Child's Voice Child Advocacy Center reached out to me about these pinwheels. There's a program called Pinwheels for Prevention, and they use blue and silver pinwheels for their awareness campaign. And so I was really honored that they reached out to me, so we started installing these. Last week, me and my son went out and we installed these poles. My son's doing a lot of the camera recording today. That's him there with the GoPro. But he's a great help. He's getting an age where he can really help me put these things up now. He did a lot of digging last week. The poles are 14 feet tall, 4 inches around. I had them made at a local welding shop for me. I want to learn some welding, and I'd love to do it myself, but for now, I just have the shop make it. Each pole is at least 2 feet in the ground. We tried to dig about 2.5 feet, lay down some gravel, then some concrete. So these poles are solid. These attach really easily. I've got a hole drilled in the back. The axle simply pokes through that hole, And I put a nut on from the back side and snug it down. We had three. We had two blue and silver ones that we had made specifically because they matched the Pinwheels for Prevention program. They gave me a little more freedom with the other ones, so I just did a nice rainbow. Something really kind of whimsical for the kids and the adults. That's pretty. And I made a little speech, just thank some of the sponsors, some of the local community sponsors who helped pay for this installation were there. Of course, they wanted me to talk for a little bit. But the day was really about awareness for this child advocacy center.